Boom.
Biddly, 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 boy. Yes, yes, yo. You know how it go. Ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here to move back to get his greatness in. I had somebody comment other day saying, didn't realise it was this guy. Bye. Like, yeah, see you later, mate. No worries. Quick shout out to Andrew Thompson, Nige D and Wilco Whites. I've got quite a bit to ramble on through here. I'm going to have a little bit of a rant if I don't mind. We lost a game of football yesterday. We didn't play very well in said game of football. Statistically, it was our worst performance of the season. That would probably be the case due to the fact we lost and we were really poor. We seemed a yard off of it. This is I'm making absolutely no bones about the fact I don't think we turned up yesterday. It's the worst performance I've seen of the team other than West Brom, which I thought was planned assault on my eyes because I thought it was just deliberately cack. Nobody would try to win the game. People talking about the low block stuff. I'm so sick of hearing about the low block. And now we're saying that yesterday it's going everywhere saying, that wasn't even the low block, that is a mid block. Well, it's the same thing, unfortunately, you ball bags. You're all buying into a lie that it's the low block that we're struggling with. We struggle with the low block because we're a possession-based team. Anybody that's a possession-based team and the other team accepts that they're inferior, they come and sit back. And we nearly got beat the other day to Swansea. They won't play in a low block. Blackburn aren't playing a low block. You've got to impose your own game on the other team. When you do that and you struggle to break a team down, obviously you're struggling with the low block. That's not unique to Leeds United. That's not unique to Farke. There's things we can do. We can move the ball a bit quicker. We can, push the ball into number 10 quicker. Try and put it in behind. Try and clip it wide. Try and move the ball. Get players to break the lines a little bit. Be more confident, be more ballsy, much like Rutter would be often last year. That is what it is. It's, we're 5 games off halfway through the season. We've lost 3 games thus far. Last year, we lost 10 games, finished on 90 points. We didn't go up. Shoot me. Fair enough, we didn't go up. So we've lost 3 games thus far. Last year, we lost 10. Last year, we drew 9. Thus far, we've drawn 5. So give or take a game, we are currently on board to lose less and perhaps draw more this season. So we might draw 10 games instead of 9. Now, Leicester last year lost 11 games. So if we're comparing this season to last season, there was a time to do that. But for some reason, we're comparing ourselves to ourselves last season because we're in the same amount of points in the same position. We're closer to the first and second place, but nobody cares about that because that's too nuanced for the moment, because we're on about Farke out. It has to be Farke out. So the fact that we're, nearly halfway through the season and we're currently on to lose about, give or take the 5 games, say we lose another one in there, we're going to lose 7 games this season if we have the same second half of the season that we've had thus far, which will put us in a better position than we were last year. The year before, when Sheffield United went up, they lost 11 games. The year before that, when Fulham went up and when Bournemouth went up, Fulham lost 10 games, Bournemouth lost 8 games. The year we went up as champions, we lost 9 games. If we lose 9 games this season, we are going up in the top 2. Why I have tunnel vision? This cracks me up. I don't. There's a total nuance to this. Nuance is the word of the day. Do you think I think no one is up for criticism or is available for criticism? That is so ludicrously inaccurate of me. I think everybody's up for criticism. I just try and view the game of football sensibly. Try and actually view it I am a Leeds fan. My bias is towards Leeds. I don't really care about the other teams in the league. I don't really give a shit if Sheffield United get a good win away from home. I couldn't care less. I'm bothered about our results. I think we're in a pretty good place. I think we're playing quite well. I think when we lose games, it's because we haven't imposed ourselves. I can see why we lost that game yesterday, because we wasn't good enough. That's why we lost. It's not because anybody's going to come and outclass us. We wasn't good enough. We was a yard off. Aronson looked tired. Tanaka looked tired. I know nobody's allowed to say that Tanaka looked tired because Tanaka's the second coming, but Tanaka looked off it. He didn't look bang at it. Bamford came on as a substitution. So this would be my tunnel vision. I think you're living in tunnel vision by just thinking that the problem yesterday was Patrick Bamford. Are you pissed? Truly, we have to stop listening to this nonsense. It's not as easy as just going, why is Bamford on that pitch? That is what... It's like, is that, get rid of him in January. Like, why? Why get rid of him in January? I know nobody wants him. Nobody can afford his wages, whatever. I know it's popular to dislike him, but he's not even our second striker. He's currently been our third striker. I know everybody wants Joseph on first. He went with something a little bit different. We were clipping the ball into the box a lot. We were going a bit longer at points. Bamford's more of a hit man, more of a top number 9, traditional number 9, we can hold the ball up. He didn't do much when he came on. I know it sounds great, similar to the low block. We can't break a low block down. It sounds great, it sounds insightful, but it means fuck all, unfortunately. If you Farke out, then fair enough. If you say it out loud, I actually admire you. But if you don't say it and you accuse me of sitting on the fence because I support Farke, which is the opposite of sitting on the fence. I'm in support of Farke. I'm not sitting on the fence. Then you're not saying whether you want him out or you want him in. You're just waiting to be... You can't be wrong because you're not saying whether you're right or not. If you Farke out, say you Farke out. But when Farke wins the league this year, don't tell me that we've got the strongest squad in the league and that we should be winning the league with this squad. And it's got nothing to do with Farke. You can say, if you want, that we've got the strongest squad, and then you have to accept that I think we've got the best team in the league. We're not top of the league. I think we've got the best team in the league. I think we are the best team in the league. I think time will show that we are the best team in the league. I don't think the best team in the league always have to be top of the league from week 1 to week 46. I don't think that's how football works. I don't think it matters. Anybody that uses a metric over 18 games could use a metric over the last 4 games. Or go back into last season and use a metric over the last 50 games, or whatever you want to do. How far do you go with this stuff? We're currently 3rd in the league, few points off top, 1 point behind second, whatever it is. It's either we've either got the strongest squad and we're the best team, and we've got the best squad in the league, we're the best team in the league, which is ultimately what that means. And Farke's going to take us up. But don't go quiet when Farke takes us up. Don't be. If you Farke out, I actually admire you. Just say it. But if you're not, don't sit on the fence about it. You're not. You've got your ass. The kiss gates are so far up your ass. You don't know whether you're just tapping either side going. Because you all go silent when he wins games, and then you go back to being strongest squad in the league. That's what it is. That's the problem. Farke has been accused of being too soft. I don't know on who or what that's based on. I don't know if you saw him going at the ref yesterday. So he goes at ref yesterday, he goes ballistic. He looked like he was a bit raggy at side at pitch quite often yesterday. He looked fuming to me at side at pitch. Can we lay any of the blame on the performance of the players? Players were off the pace. Do you think Farke's winning the games, or do you think the players are winning the game? Who's winning the games then? Whose fault is it that we didn't win yesterday? Is it Farke's fault? Because Farke's shown over 2 years he wins plenty of games. Not enough for you guys, granted, and we didn't go up last season, which is a shame. And, we all want Graham Potter in now for some reason. All wanted Corber on him, but now that we've seen that West Brom are just absolutely heinous and the shit to watch, we don't want Corber in anymore. So now it's Potter, because Potter's the flavour of the month, because he had a decent side under Brighton who have proved that it doesn't matter who the fuck manages Brighton. That just goes well. So get anybody in, get me in, and I'll have a go at Brighton. I mean, I'll bring him down, granted, but that'll just be for Leeds' benefit. People are having a go at Rodon. I just took a swig. I thought I was live then. I've just gone into live mode where I'm having a swig. People are having a go at Rodon because in his interview he said that, we know that teams change their whole system to come and play against Leeds United, and they just sit in a low block. This low block that you all love, this intelligent double pivot that went round, didn't it, for a couple of weeks. We need to start playing with the double pivot. That were in Bielsa days. Let's talk about the double pivot and all. It's like, you mean 2 older midfielders like that turn on the ball? Like, do they turn on the ball or not? Is this a pivot? I understand intellect to some extent, but also I despise when it's like a buzzword and it's like a buzz player and we have to just lay the blame all at their door. And Farke's getting it. People are literally, names on Twitter says Farke out. It's bonkers to me. But, I admire that. If you say it in person, whatever, go for it. He said that people are playing the systems against us. People are saying that he's got a victim mentality, and that must be what's going through the dressing room. Isn't he just telling us the truth? Teams do come and get a goal, and then any team... These are all professional footballers, guys. It's really hard to win football games, and we're in a beautiful position because we win shitloads of them. When we go up next year, it will be a totally different story, and you will maybe perhaps see a little bit of a different side from me. But I've got nothing particularly to whinge about. I hated yesterday. It was gash. I didn't do a video. I didn't like yesterday. I didn't like watching it. Rushed home from work. Do you think I want to watch it? No, it's shit. It's awful losing football games. But you have to accept that we're winning plenty of games as well. We are on to lose 6 or 7 games this season. If we lose 6 or 7 games this season, 8 games, we will go up. Probably as champions. And then we will see how we fare in the Premier League. We've got a better chance than anybody in this league to go and actually progress in the Premier League. Farke ball, whatever you think of it, whether you think it's boring or whatever you think of it, has much more of a sustainable chance in the Premier League than Chris Wilder does. Chris Wilder's shown how his version of football doesn't work, and people can bang on about investment or whatever. That comes with football. Granted, Farke brought Norwich back down. He struggled with Norwich. There were no funds, whatever. He's got an opportunity here to show what he can do when we get into the Premier League, and then we see if we can survive a couple of seasons. It's the nature of the beast. But we're in a good place. Farke took us. We lost a lot of players last season. We lost a lot of players at the start of this season. If you're honest, up until yesterday, nobody were really, again, everybody had laid off the back of Farke at that point. But nobody were really moaning about Rutter going. Nobody were moaning about Somerville going, Gray going. It had gone quiet. We were actually quite excited by the players we had. Then we got hit with a lot of injuries. We've had a few players that wasn't in the starting lineup that have then come in and played a lot of minutes. Tanaka, Rothwell, Byram. We've had Firpo came back the other day due to Byram not being out. That's 3 games out of playing, regardless what you think of it. What do you want? I don't know. Everybody's going to disagree with me, and it's totally cool. It's really hard for me to try and get my point across because I get called a happy clapper or whatever. I can't be much more negative than I've been here. I'm just trying to be as normal as I possibly can. We lost a game of football. It was dog shit to watch. I hated every minute of it. Did my best to think we were going to win the game, but as the game wore on, we were never going to win it. What can I be more scathing of the players? I thought Harrison were miles off it. I thought Dan James were wasteful. I thought Nonto were losing I thought he were trying too hard, and I don't mean that in a sense that I felt like he were being selfish on the ball. He were trying to beat players when there were no need to beat players, just whip a ball in. Peru was Peru. If he's not in front of goal, what's he doing? As I say, Tanaka were poor. Rothwell were ineffective. What do you want? I don't know. Is that enough? I don't know. Farke should have made a substitution at 60 minutes. He didn't. I think he should have probably made a substitution at half time. I'd have been happy to see Tanaka and Aronson come off. I both thought they looked leggy, but you're not allowed to say that about Tanaka. So that's something that, that's scathing on my behalf because you just think I think Tanaka's the problem. He brought Bamford on. Get over it.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you, I know to me that's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised, that's why I